So this is about balance, and that's a very, very important topic. The work-life balance in reality, at least in Western countries, looks different for women than it looks for men. And this is something that needs to be addressed more broadly in order to make real progress.
When we actually developed the Women's Leadership Initiative, our focus was not on counting numbers, how many women we have or increasing the number of women, but actually to make the women who actually work in the organizations count. So whether we do research, whether we do programs, whether we do dialogue, our focus is on making the numbers count.
Being a leader sounded something a bit sort of scary, and so you had to stand on a box and be a sort of JFK-style orator. But actually, all manner of leadership styles work. You can have a sort of motherhood leadership style, looking after your staff. The most important thing is that you don't try to be somebody other than who you are.
Since I was 13 years old, I knew two things. I was going to have a family, and I was going to be a business executive. I didn't know what the hell that meant, but I knew I wanted to be a business executive. At a very, very early age, I learned so many things from sport. You know, perseverance and failing, but getting back up and trying it again. Team orientation, there's so much about sports. I am hugely competitive. So if you go to a company that competes with Microsoft, watch out if you have to negotiate against me. No.
As far as I'm concerned, diversity is a business issue. It's not a women's issue, it's a business issue. Businesses are more successful, they have more diversity in their leadership cohort. They're also much better places to work in, and we've got research that shows that as well. So that's why I'm here, that's why I'll always turn out for this type of event.
Did you experience challenges, and I guess what challenges were they, and how did you overcome them?
You have to work harder, you know, as a woman to be in that executive. So it's already a hard job, right? And then you have to work harder to make sure, okay, you're not just the number, it wasn't the quota that got you here and all those kind of things. So I have, my experience is I always work harder. I am passionate about helping women lean into their ambition, fulfill whatever it is they want to do in life, balance, work, family. I'm just really passionate about it. Men are just as important to this women's initiative as women are. You know, it's not about having women be more powerful, more this, more that. It's about being equal and helping each other and bringing that to society. And that's a man's role just as much as it is a woman's role. And a man has every right to stay home with their children, to have a balanced life, just as much as women do.
The amount of conversations I've had with senior women where I've been trying to promote them, and they're going, well, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Am I really ready? I don't know, I'm not sure I can do this or that. But you know, there's a lot of male managers, that if you have that conversation with them, will take it that what you're telling them is you don't want it.
I identify with what you shared because I personally rejected promotions because I didn't feel confident, and my bosses talked me into accepting the promotion.
The engagement from the audience was fantastic. I mean, I think we could have carried on discussing and answering questions for hours, it felt like.
Should women start forming more of their own networks? Because I've seen in my company, for example, there is a father's network. I've never seen a mother's network, for example.
I think what you need is things that everybody does together. Some people that I've been working with have moved their management meetings, so their daily management meetings, which used to happen at the end of the day, now happen at lunchtime. So that includes everybody that's on the school run, men and women, at the end of the day. The other thing is a lot of networks now are integrating, so they're finding ways to make the topics of appeal to both genders. So actually they're becoming mixed genders, a little bit like this conference today became women plus men, which I think is a lovely phrase.
I have found that actually, as a woman, to have a chance to be among other women sharing ideas, I particularly enjoyed unconscious biasness. You know, I think they address things that I think about, but I never knew there was a term for it.
This is a very nice event. First of all, I thought it will be an eye-opener. So that's why I came here today to see what's the gender imbalance and how things are going.
So I think the Judge Women's Leadership Programme can do a great deal in bringing people together from different walks of life, different industries, and certainly my experience here today with the conference was really quite inspiring. So I think providing a forum for exchange of thought is extremely interesting, and carrying on the outreach I think would be great.
For those of you who don't know what Athena Swan is, it is a UK-wide charter to promote gender equality in the sciences. We as a business school decided that we wanted to enter into this.
The students are a very integral part of the Women's Leadership Initiative, and they have really, taken charge. Like I said, this is a platform, and they've really made a huge difference every year.
My father is Lebanese, and so in the Middle East, gender issues are a slightly different question. And so I became very interested and aware of those problems from an early age. I was interested in adding a little bit more nuance and balance to debate around these issues. I think sometimes people make it very personal and not necessarily that actionable for others, and so that was my primary objective.
So I think this bottom-up, free-flowing of ideas and empowerment of people to really kind of do what they really believe in is really the cornerstone of the Women's Leadership Initiative that makes it unique. So we actually invite you to become a part of the Women's Leadership Initiative and help us do more, launch more programs, and make this more sustainable and grow in the future.